This is one funky looking soldering iron, I gotta say. It's so weird. It is a cordless soldering iron sent to me by Isotip. They sent me an email saying, hey, do you want to test out one of our cordless soldering irons? And it's like, sure, send it if you want. No promises though, because I'm going to tear it apart and show you. And I mean, no promises saying if it's going to be good or bad. I mean, it could be shit. I have to say though, I used it today to solder up the connectors on my solar panel system, and it actually worked. I was kind of surprised by that. Basically, this comes with this funky little charger. This thing was funky too. Fits in, slowly charges over a little bit. Presume it's a lithium battery in here. We'll find that out. We'll open it up. These tips come out. Not sure if they're supposed to be coming out like that, or maybe should tighten them down or what. I don't know. You have different tips. It comes with 2 tips. Or at least this one came with 2 tips. They were just taped into the inside of the box. Don't know. Your mileage may vary. And so whenever we have this down, it's locked. It might only charge in the lock state. I don't know. We turn this to up. We can press it in. That light turns on. So that's kind of cool. I did notice that holding this down would get a little tedious after a while, though. There we go. One thing that does worry me about this is how this is. You know, because like if you drop it, you just bend that. I don't know. Okay, well, I take that back. It's actually pretty strong. So here we have my thermal camera on it. Let's turn it on. Heats up pretty quickly. This thermal camera maxes out at 626 degrees Fahrenheit, so let's see if it'll reach that. It's getting there. Okay, so that's getting a little hotter. So like almost 600 or so. That's getting pretty hot. You know, I gotta say, I feel kind of stupid about doubting it. How strong the tip is. That's actually, it is pretty strong. So, I guess let's take it apart now. That's my thing to do. Oh my god, look at that. So these are nickel cadmium batteries, and that's interesting. This seems like kind of old technology, but to be honest, it's just like it works, you know what I mean? Like for instance, I would have liked to see this as an LED, not an incandescent, but oh well. This battery being a NiCad probably means that it doesn't have to have as much charging circuitry for like a lithium does. Where it's probably just a really stupid charger. Just supplies the voltage and then this thing cuts off at a certain temperature. I'm just so kind of blown back by how simple this is. So evidently one of these wires is a fuse. That's interesting. I guess that's a fuse there. Oh, maybe that's it. Okay, maybe that's the fuse. That's a pretty cheap fuse. I don't know how I feel about that. A pico fuse would have been like 10 cents, or like 4 cents if you buy in bulk, and that would have probably been more predictable failure. You know what I mean? Interesting. You know, I really don't know what to say about this. It's all really straightforward and simple. But I do kind of like that they didn't make it too smart for its own good. You know what I mean? This is pretty simple. It would be easier to fix if it broke. That also means that they could probably make it for pretty cheap, you know? Now let's take a look at the charger. It's a 5-watt charger, it says. It's interesting. I should probably unplug this first. Okay, this is unplugged. Wow. That is so simple. Look at that. Ew, it's not even hooked in. Not a fan of that. That power supply could be at least mounted in there, you know. There's the specs on the power supply. 120 volts AC, 60 hertz. 2.4 volts DC, 375 milliamps. Interesting. This is so amazingly simple. So yeah, these are just little spring contactors that touch onto those pins. And they sit on there. It's a very simple design, but it works. So, I don't know, maybe they decided to go with a simple design in order to make it easier to produce and more reliable. Because I don't think this will have any issues with reliability that I can think of. I don't know. There could be some blaring flaws that I'm just not noticing right now. When I used it, it seemed to have a good amount of battery life. I only made a few connections. But yeah. So I'd have to say this cordless soldering iron is just, I don't know, I mean, if this was $25, maybe even $35, I'd be okay with getting it, you know what I mean? It is an interesting little thing. Not really sure how much it would cost them to produce it, though. It seems like it's technology from like the 1970s or 1980s, but still being made now. That's interesting. Okay, so they're $55 on Amazon. I mean, I don't know. It seems higher because I don't particularly need a cordless soldering iron. But if I did need one, I think this would be kind of a good deal. I don't know. I would love to hear your guys' opinions on this. I think it's a pretty nifty little tool. I'll probably start using it whenever I'm here in Illinois, and I may even actually just mail it out to California because it is kind of nifty and it is kind of useful. I mean, I do kind of like it. I like how it's really simple. You know what I mean? I do like that. Part of me thinks like, oh, if they would have added a lithium battery and stuff like that, that'd be so cool and awesome. But if they did all that stuff and made it fancy, it'd probably be like $100 or so. You know what I mean? So $50, I could kind of see that. I don't know though. So yeah, the ISO tip. Oh, what's it called? number 7700 or 7700. Quick charge cordless rechargeable soldering iron. Whatever. Soldering thingamajig. It's really cool. I think it's very useful. It seems very durable. Don't know for sure I really need one. Don't know for sure if you guys really need one. But hey, I think it's an okay tool. Not good, not great, not terrible, not shitty. It's okay. It seems like it would be another little thing that you could forget in the bottom of your toolbox. But if you actually need it, it actually probably would work for like a year or more. And work fine, you know what I mean? Because of course I don't usually expect things to work more than 2 years just because things break. But yeah, if you need one, you might want to look into it. It's kind of interesting. Also keep in mind, I'm probably pretty biased because I didn't have to actually pay $50 for it. I just had it show up in the mail. So keep that in mind. Well, hope you guys enjoyed this video and thanks for watching. See ya!